Perplexity?
Sorry?
Do you have to sign up?
Yeah, you'll have to sign up. Yeah. So go to perplexity.ai. Then you'll have to sign up. Okay. Then click on the settings. I will show it once. Okay. Well, let's just sign up, okay, first.
Okay, let's do one step at a
Then
time.
we can do Google login, right?
Up to
Sign
you.
up with the
Wherever,
I
whichever.
purchased 5 credits. $5 enough?
$5 is lot more than enough. It will run for 6
So I
months.
can share also with some.
Yeah. I think you can share.
We need two options, 0 or $20.
Use the 0 one. Don't use the free one.
$5 क्या? What are you saying? $5?
I'll come to that.
Okay, sign up is done. So what we need to do? Also, we can
So I'll just explain everything that we did, okay, in one on that board now, okay. So first we clone the Git repo. So whatever code was there in the Git repo that I had shared on my handle, right? So whatever code was there, now it has come to your repo. Now if you want to make any changes to your repo, you can make that. But to my repo, you won't be able to edit things, right? So that's why I requested everyone clone my repo into your repo. Sorry, fork it into your repo. So I should write fork, okay. So fork the Git repo. This was the source Git repo. So we forked this, okay. Now this has come to your Git account after forking. Okay. Now whatever code is there in my repo, Amaze18, and whatever code is in your Git repo, it's same, okay. But in future, if I make any changes or if you make any changes, then and if you want to use those changes, then use your repo or my repo, depending on whatever you want to use. Next thing what we did is we opened Colab. Colab is a Python IDE. Okay. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. So in Colab, what we did is whatever code was there in the Git repo, we cloned that. First we forked, then we cloned the code. Just making a copy of the code into this environment, right? Because it is in a Git repo, how will it come to Colab? So you have to clone it. So you copied everything and then you started seeing that in your left hand side, right? As a free GPT folder, right? Everyone clear? Now once we have cloned this, we have all the files which are there in that repo present in our Colab environment. Okay, everything. Okay. Now one way would be like whatever files that you see with extension IPYNB. Okay, IPYNB stands for Jupyter Notebook. Okay. So there are multiple Jupyter notebooks present in that code repo. Okay. You can open them and start editing them. That is one way. Okay. You can download them if you have your own Jupyter installed in your laptop. You can open it there. Okay. It's up to you. So to clone this, we ran that command !, git clone, whatever was the repo name. Okay. So I think everyone did that, right? Git clone, everyone did. Okay. And then on the left hand side menu, you started seeing that all the files, right? Next thing that what we did is, let me erase. So next thing what we did is we opened one of the notebooks, which was bhagwanspeaks.ai. Okay. And we copied the code from there.
No, we copied the different one, right? We did clone one.
Yeah, okay, they are same. Same. Okay. So we copied only this much part, okay. Only this much part we copied. Okay. And then we have put it here in this cell. So first cell was this, we cloned it. Okay, that is what I am telling here as a second step. Third step, we copied the relevant part of the code which was present in this file git clone build. Okay, and that relevant part is this, like import to print. Okay, so we copied it, now it is here in this cell. Okay, so to open a new cell, you just press on the click code plus code. It will create a new cell. Okay, and then you can paste the code there. Till here, everyone is done, right? Any questions in this? Everyone understood? Okay, good.
So are you going to use git clone build or Bhagwan Sri Krishna?
Both are same. In git clone build, I have just added this command git clone.
Oh, okay.
Both are same otherwise. Okay. So I will now explain this part of the code. What we are doing here. Okay. So before I do that, let me explain the purpose of this code. Then I will go into because I'm not sure how many of you know Python, but I'll just highlight the purpose. Okay. So this is that file. Okay. So if you'll open this in your whether you open this link or in your Git repo, this is the code that you will see. Okay. Now here what we are doing is we are calling one of the LLM, which is Sonar Reasoning. The model that we are using is Sonar Reasoning. It's one of the most affordable reasoning models. If you use, there are other reasoning models also, like we have O3 Mini, O1 Mini, GPT-4, 4.1. Then under O, like we have O1 Mini, O3 Mini, but they are more expensive. Okay.
You are also reasoning model over.
Yeah, I mean, if you specifically tell them that apply reasoning, then they apply reasoning. But with this model, I have seen even when we don't say to specifically do reasoning, it will still apply reasoning. So that is a good part of this. So you don't have to really prompt it every time that apply reasoning. It does that, okay, like as a chain of thought. So the model that we are using is Sonar Reasoning, and this model is from Perplexity. Yeah. So that's why I suggested some of you, because we are going to use this model, so we need its API key. Okay. So, well, I am only discovering now that means now to open an account, they're asking credit card and all that. When I started using Perplexity 2 years back or 1.5 years back, they just used to let you create account and start using the API. So, if you have already created the API key, then wherever in the code I have put API key equal to quotes, just put it under quotes. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do we get that API key?
Yeah, I will come to that. Yeah.
Before that, I have a question on that. So after you select the model name and Sonar Reasoning, you send a post request to this model.run. Krishna.
Yeah, this I will come to. Means this is a model which I have already hosted. So it is running on a GPU.
So this is not Sonar Reasoning. This is different.
So means the model name is going here. You see.
Oh.
Model name is going here.
Oh, so it's the same thing basically.
It's the same thing,
Okay.
but I have just hosted it as an API because see the code which is running in this container.
Not run, yeah.
Yeah, means that will take me almost 1 hour to explain. So I just wanted to simplify it so that today I focus only on the prompt engineering part of it. Then we'll go and look into this also. How do we create this API or URL? Okay, this okay, or host our code. Okay, so that we'll do next class. Okay.
Perplexity, how to get the API.
Yeah, let's do that Perplexity API key thing now. Okay, so
Signed up for free. So what next?
yeah, so go here. There is this settings thing. This
Setting.
here, click on this.
Okay.
Then on the left hand side you will see API. Okay.
API, okay.
For me, this is what it shows. If it shows you something different,
So API, you say sign up. Set up
Set up
payment.
payment.
Yeah, you'll have to set up payment, it seems. See, even if you just like put $5, I think you will not come exhausted even for 6 months. Okay, so that will be enough. Yeah. So they have done a good job here, like in terms of keeping the cost low.
Can we share from the API key? Or with people?
Try to create. If we are not able to create, then I'll share.
No. I want to share with my son.
Oh, okay. So
Is it like use a setup payment thing?
yeah, mother, you have to set up payment. Just do $5.
But it doesn't give me option.
Yeah, it doesn't say the how much is the amount, right?
Exactly.
So it doesn't say the amount.
Yeah. So it will not charge you now.
Oh, okay.
It will ask you how much you want to add later. Right now, it is just adding the
So
card.
it's just setting up the payment.
Yeah, it is just adding the card.
Okay. Now what do you need to do next? How do I
So
get
have you
it?
put the details?
Card is done.
Okay. Then, because it is not coming. Prabhu, can you share your screen? Because मेरे में तो like it is already showing. It is.
Okay.
Don't show your card details. Drag it inside.
Drag it away.
To the side. Yeah.
Little more. Maybe you can just maximize it.
It's basically that's a card. Imagine you have a second screen on the right.
$5 we have to add.
Yeah. You said $5. That should be enough.
Okay. So this is the screen. After submitting the payment, it will not charge, but it will just add the payment info. So next.
Yeah. So next, I will also have to see. Yeah. So now you'll have to buy credits.
Buy credit,
Like if you want to just add $2, you can add $2.
$3.
Okay, whatever. So just add that. You're putting -$1. They'll have to pay you.
Trying to put the drop down, but it's going to mine. Okay, pending. It may take 10 minutes.
Just refresh it, Prabhu.
It takes
Just
some
refresh.
time. Few
It
minutes.
will come.
Maybe refresh one.
If you want to buy,
No, we'll share it, correct?
can share.
Yeah, you can share it. Yeah.
How do I share it? Where is the API?
Yeah. So is it started coming? Go down.
Okay.
Yeah. See, it is there. Now, come down. Scroll down.
API.
Generate. Click on generate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now just copy this. Okay. You can delete it also. Like if you feel that someone got it.
Okay.
Copy the. Okay, and then.
Ethan, I will email you. Okay.
And where do I?
In the code. Okay.
Oh, no, I just got for my name, so I will use it.
It's within the code.
Yeah, I sent it.
Yes, now it is. Yeah. It's still running.
Okay. So that key we have to put it in the code room.
Yeah.
So there are two places. Key is two places.
Okay.
There are two places.
No. So just wherever it is in quotes, that's where you have to
Yeah,
put.
but two places you have to put. If it is.
No problem. Just API underscore key equal to.
Here, you see.
We have to just paste it here.
In the screen you can see.
No, you are at the bottom. You scroll down.
I got issues not
Keep scrolling down.
not finishing.
Yeah, keep scrolling down. Yeah, wait.
Oh, I think that code has got copied twice.
Oh, okay.
So Prabhu, in your laptop, I think you copied it twice.
No,
No, I think I have.
No.
So
I tried 2 times.
Which one we should copy? This is
In
the-
both places you can copy, means it does not make a difference.
So should I delete this code or?
No, but let it be. Let it be. Yeah. So you can paste the API key in both the places, no problem.
Okay.
Both places, where is the second place?
Scroll down.
Scroll down at the bottom.
Oh, I see. It will copy from that variable, no? It will automatically take it.
But it has been defined two places.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, then copy. Shita Ochina? Did you copy to that code?
Okay, now everyone copied. Can you try running it?
Okay, how do I get my control back? Rohit, how do I get my control back? Okay, I got it. Anupam Prabhu is going to give the moksha.
That only God can control. I am just a soldier.
So Mataji.
Only for Mataji's moksha?
No, the user is female, right?
So yeah, so I'll explain all that. So now with this step we are done, right? We just copy it within the codes, whatever API key you have, just copy it in the codes, okay? And now let me explain the next part. So what I'm doing is, so user 1, you've defined it as Lord Krishna. You can even, and user 2 is you, okay, or whoever is chatting.
We can change the name to my name.
Yeah, you can change the name. Okay. So here you can put your name. Okay. And accordingly you can put the gender also. Okay. So accordingly it will say, okay, Prabhuji or Mataji. Okay. So that you need to make sure.
Places the user 2 is.
Both places are same.
Yeah, both places is different.
I think the AI is Iskcon devotees.
It's devotee AI.
Yeah.
Okay. So whatever you want to define here. One value. And so all of us are done till here, right? So are you able to run it now? Are you getting some output?
Oh, I didn't.
Just giving a reference to Bhagavad Gita. And
Yeah.
I updated it.
where is it pulling this information from? But the right model, where is it pulling the...
So that I will explain in the next class. So that will require more explanation. So we ran it twice, right? There are two pieces of code, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you are getting two answers, right? So
Two requests is intentional or transparent?
sorry, two requests?
The two requests, is that intentional?
No, it is not intentional. Like means, I think I just copied it twice. Okay, you can change the question. Okay, and you'll get two different responses.
The response is different for both of them.
Yeah, so that is also I wanted to cover. Okay.
But the answer is outcome different. Same question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same question.
So that is what is the, like, you can say the beauty as well as like probably the complexity of these LLMs. Okay. Every time it will give a different type of answer. Okay, because all what it is doing is it is taking the words out of a probability distribution. It does not know what it is saying. Okay. So that's why I have asked the same question and copied the code twice to show you if you will end up using this, everyone will get a different answer every time.
Whether it sets the context flow, I think it
it searches the context, but the way it is rephrasing may be different.
So nobody can catch plagiarism.
It's difficult to catch. No, there are ways, but we can catch it.
Cache the results for the immediate query.
Yeah, so that is called memory caching. So that is separate, like so that it does not. So yeah, those are more advanced things. Okay. So
Perplexity was supposed to be more stable with this, right?
no, at the end of the day, all these are like all these models which they have built, they are a fine-tuned version of some other existing models. Okay, Perplexity is not creating its own models. They are fine-tuning some other models. Okay.
So we are going to explain what is the input and what is the output.
So wherever we are doing the print statement, that is you are printing the output.
Okay.
Okay.
And what was the question we are asking? What is motion?
You can change questions now and you can play with it. Okay, and you can see like it will give different response. Yeah, Prabhu.
Can you explain the memories part, the rephrase memories?
Yeah. So refresh memory is nothing but a variable for your question. Okay. This variable is nothing but your question.
You change the question and you run it, it will give you the answer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can change the question. How
You can ask
anything you can ask other things.
I'm asking who is Jay Yadunandan. How Jay Yadunandan and Jaypal is the same.
Sorry, Prabhu.
After your first question, you have the prompt.
Yeah.
Prompt is affecting the answer.
So in the second case, the prompt is acting. Okay. In the first case, it is not. Okay. Okay, let me explain the prompt part. Okay. So I think everyone understood this part, right? API key, then user 1, not Krishna, user 2, your name, then gender, okay. And model name, we gave the model name, okay, this is the model name. Now if you go to the Perplexity dashboard, you will see that they have Sonar Reasoning and Sonar Reasoning Pro, 3 models. So you can change models and then you can see the difference in the answers. Okay.
How to see that in Perplexity?
Supported models, go to supported models, view more.
Where is it from? Supported?
Yeah, this is at the top. Just look at the screen here. Look at the supported models. Click on it. Then go to models.
ChatGPT is supported by which LLM?
That is their own LLM. ChatGPT. We don't know. So these are the models, okay, that they have got.
Okay, how do I go there?
So everyone is able to run the code, right?
Yes, one question.
Okay.
Where do I see the model? In the Perplexity?
Yes.
Supported model.
Model.
Sonar Pro and Sonar.
No, you can ask 2 different questions.
No, Prabhu, the thing is, where I asked the question and you gave me the answer. So the answer is there and what is written?
This is here you can ask a different question. It's just a repetition of it.
But we can ask 2 questions.
You can ask
Millions of questions.
But everything is in ritual, right? Every time I click write the code, it will give the answer. Thank you.
So, you can look at all the different models that they have. Okay, you see like these are all the models that they have.
In the API section.
Yeah, it's going as small as
So we can use any of these models. Okay, different models have different costing. Okay, But Sonar reasoning is good enough, okay? So for simple questions.
Defining for the best.
Sorry, Prabhu?
It shows the best, something like that.
Yeah, means like again, best depends on your use case. Means if you really don't need so much reasoning, okay, then I think Sonar reasoning is good enough. Because there are ways to compare answer quality as well. Okay, so there, like when we did some evaluation, what we found is it does not really matter, okay, whether you are using Sonar Reasoning or Sonar Reasoning Pro. It is giving similar quality of answer.
So which one we are using, Bellevue?
Sonar Reasoning. This one, we are using this.
Context length model.
Sonar reasoning.
So now we will look at the prompt part. So you see, I have defined prompt here. Okay. In first case, there is no prompt. Okay. You look if you look at the request that I am making, this URL and the other one, both are different URLs. Right? Just look at your code. Like in first, there is no prompt variable that I am passing. In second, I am passing the prompt. So in the first, the prompt is actually fixed. Okay, you can't change the prompt. Okay. In the second, I am giving you an option that you can add, define the prompt. Okay. So look at this URL. Here there is no prompt. Okay, variable. Here I have given the prompt variable.
Okay. We are defining the prompt and passing to the request.
Right? Because now I am putting a prompt variable here, so I have to define it also. That I have defined here. Okay. And if you look at the URLs also, this URL is different from this URL.
What's the difference? There are two different models.
So here I have written Krishna type prompt, here it is a Krishna watch. That's it. So there are two different things that I have hosted here. Okay.
So they have different data?
No, data is same, like everything is same, but here I am giving you a way to change the prompt as well. There the prompt is hard coded, you can't change the prompt.
Oh, I see.
Okay, but here you can change the prompt. Now if say you want to make it say Bhagwan Ram, you can make it correct like the talk like Bhagwan Ram, okay, like assume the persona of Lord Ram. Okay, and here also you can put say Lord Ram. Right? So this I have given so that you can play around with it. Okay. This one is hard coded, it is like the prompt is for Lord Krishna only. It will speak like Lord Krishna. Here you can make changes.
The first URL, that's your custom developed API?
Yeah, custom developed API. Both are hosted APIs. Okay. On
So
this.
that's a trained model. You train the model and then
Uh,
is it a model or?
Prabhu, I will cover that in the next class.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't worry about that. Right now, what I'm trying to give the message is
Prompt.
that if we change this prompt, we can really control the output here. In this case, you can't change the prompt, but here you can. Okay. So let me explain what is a prompt now. So prompt is an instruction to the large language model. So what is the instruction we are giving it? That assume the persona of Lord Krishna, the divine avatar from Hindu scriptures, supremely wise, infinitely compassionate. Okay, your voice should reflect the serenity of a cosmic being. Use phrases from Gita and Ramayana. Okay, means you can make it Gita, Mahabharata and Ramayana as well, right? Here. And then I have given it some strict instructions to follow. That means it should spell the spelling of Krishna correctly every time. Okay. The response should not be very long, 5 to 6 sentences only. You can make it 2 to 3 or even 1 line. Okay. I am saying use Hindi Sanskrit words. Make sure spelling is correct, because I have seen like sometimes the spelling is wrong. So that's why here I have very clearly defined spelling should be correct. And I am saying quote Bhagavad Gita if needed. Okay, because we want it to be grounded in Bhagavad Gita. You can change it to say Ramayana or Mahabharata.
Can we include Bhagavatam also?
You can add, yeah.
So it will take it from perplexity.
Yeah. I don't know, means that perplexity is this models is exposed to Bhagavatam or not, but Bhagavad Gita most of the models are exposed to. Bhagavatam I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay.
Yeah, we are using similar way, like the prompt you are giving in Copilot, we are using same way.
So means as an exercise, like next time before coming to class, I would suggest play with this. Then you will see like what all it is capable of doing.
Yeah.
Okay. You can make it like refer to Ramayana only and make it Lord Ram here. Then it will speak like Lord Ram. Okay. So that can be an exercise that here you make it Lord Ram. Here you make it Lord Ram. Okay. And you can remove Gita and just keep it Ramayana. Okay. So
You can also give exceptions in the prompt, right?
yeah.
Like if somebody asks you about Ravana, do not answer.
Yeah. You can do that. Yeah.
Ravana is the best for that.
Bellevue, what is the role of that URL? So let's say if we want to directly call Perplexity and get output.
Yeah, so actually there I hosted code, okay, which I knew that probably I will not be able to explain in this class. First I wanted to give you like a high level understanding, okay.
This is good.
Then I will go into the details, okay, because first thing is you need to have a good understanding of Python programming, okay. I am assuming no one knows, okay, in that way I am approaching it, okay. So that's why I have given simple comments also that here is where we are defining the model. This is the model name, this is the user 1, user 2, okay, and then this is the prompt, so that you understand each element individually. Okay. Yeah. And now you have the API key, so you can play around, okay, ask different things, okay. Your code is also here. So just do file and then save, so that your code is saved. File and then save, click save.
The save is on our, does it go to GitHub or is just the local?
No, it will save in Colab only. Means when you will open it again, this is getting saved in your Google Drive. So if your Google Drive does not have a space, it will give an error like quota exceeded or something like that.
Ask who is Krishna? It says I am the eternal son.
So Prabhu,
Yeah.
the URL that you have given this model.run, so is that just from Perplexity?
No, this is my code. I have hosted. No, I have hosted in my cloud container.
So how come this Perplexity coming into the picture?
So there I have defined, means in my code there I have defined that you use this model. Okay, so you can change the name of the model here, right? Sonar Reasoning Pro, or just Sonar. Okay.
So basically this code is hitting your model and then that model is hitting Perplexity.
Yeah.
The link to Perplexity is the reasoning model
Right, and the API key.
and the API key.
Right.
Just the concept.
Yeah, and your API key need not change. It is the same. Whatever model you want to use, same API key. Okay. But I will say that don't use the higher models. The API, like your credits will get exhausted faster. Okay. I recharged, like some $100 almost a year back. Still, it is only $30 consumed. Despite the fact that in the meantime, like we have written 4 or 5 papers and done a lot of experiments. Okay, but it is very affordable. So and whereas like if you use ChatGPT and GPT-4 API, then you'll end up spending $150 in a month. This is my experience. Like the same amount of work that we have done using Perplexity in 8 months, it would have costed us close to $800-900 for GPT. Yeah, so it's very expensive model. Yeah.
But Perplexity also in the background are using?
No, they are using some fine-tuned model. They are not using GPT. They have own custom models.
Okay.
So my guess is they are fine-tuning the Llama models. Okay, Llama is from Facebook.
Open source.
Yeah, so they are fine-tuning that, but they are not telling which model it is. But that is my guess.
So in this case, if you go to preferences, also there is a choice for the model.
Which reference, Prabhu?
Where you have the API key, right?
In Perplexity, I mean.
Yeah. So at the top, on the left, in the left pane, right? You see preferences.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you see the model. You choose. Yeah.
So that is for, I think, for your chat, for this chat.
Oh, for the chat. Okay.
For the chat. If you are using Perplexity as a search engine or a chat engine, then you can select models here. But I am talking about the API. API, they only support their own models. Yeah. So, like DeepSeek on the surface, it looks really good, but I have used it and it fails. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So means when you start doing some sort of rigorous work, okay, it fails. It fails in two aspects. One is rate limit errors will start coming. So it is not a scalable model. Otherwise, everyone would have started using it. Why people are still paying for GPT API keys? They are still paying, right? And other thing is when it starts hallucinating, then there's no end to it. Okay. Because sorry.
We succeeded dropping NVIDIA down.
Yeah, yeah, but I think because they have put a lot of restrictions in their the way it responds. Like you should not answer this thing, that thing. Okay, they have hard coded few things. I think that messes it up. So yeah, so I think this is what I wanted to cover for today's class. I'll just explain the prompt part once again. So if you look at the first URL, which is hosted on model.run, prompt is hard coded. You can't change the prompt. In the second URL, prompt can be defined. Okay. So you can play with the prompt and see, like you can add more instructions to it. Okay, and these models are supposed to follow instructions, otherwise they are no good.
So is there any syntax or if you are covering prompt, so can you please elaborate a little bit on the prompt side? Is
Yeah.
there any specific syntax or?
So see, like if I am adding a new line, generally like if I am adding a new line, then I need to say I am adding, okay, say respond in Hindi only. Then I'll add this thing, line change. You see, like
Each
after,
line is a separate instruction.
yeah, no, so that means it understands that it is part of the same string block. Okay, so I'm just like if I'm adding a new line, any text I'm adding on a new line, after that you add this slash. Okay, and for example, if I change it here, like here, I'm doing this. Okay, then I should add the slash here. It will tell that the next piece is actually just a following continuation of it.
So it doesn't understand editor.
It won't. Means so now if I'm not taking it up, okay. Now I can remove this, okay, because here at the end of the line I already have the slash. So slash needs to be there, okay, at the end of each sentence.
So when you said reply in Hindi only, it will reply in Hindi.
Let's see, like if it follows that.
You said
Yeah,
reply
both.
in Hindi and
In
English
English.
both.
Oh no, then it is creating a conflict. Yeah, I was just making an example.
Right.
Yeah.
Because whatever is the last instruction.
Let's see what it
See
does.
what it says.
So the prompt consistency is also important. Like, I mean, if you say answer only in Hindi and answer only in English.
Yeah, I think it should take the second one.
Oh, it should be override. Yeah.
So Prabhuji,
Mhm.
when as you said, like Krishna Vacha model.run is already hard coded.
Prompt is hard coded.
Prompt is hard coded. So the second prompt that you've given is what for us to play around.
Yeah,
Next time I run the first like path to moksha and all will remain the same.
So do one thing, Mataji, just copy this part of the code.
The new
Okay,
code, new
this
code.
part of the code you copy from prompt onwards, cut, put it in a new cell.
Add a new code. Yeah.
Okay, and then save. Okay. We can make it say Lord Ram here.
So what is the question online in Teams?
Sorry?
Hand is raised.
That's raised for so long.
I don't know why is it raised, because there is no nothing in the chat also. I think they clicked by mistake.
One question.
Yeah.
So here we are explicitly calling this is my question, this is my prompt, but when we use the chat GPT or any other.
Yeah, there you can't define the prompt.
So
Yeah,
we can
it
type the prompt, but it will respect it, but there is a separate way of prompt.
We can hope it will respect, okay, but they have a very strong See, just a minute, okay. Like here we said respond in Hindi only. It is really following that. Earlier it was Hindi English. See, now I have said respond in Hindi only. It is really giving you the response in Hindi. So your question was whether it will follow the prompt when you are using any chat interface. So they have two concepts. Okay, one is user prompt and another is system prompt. Okay, let me write it down here. Actually, only yesterday all the system prompts of all the models got leaked. Yeah, they are now available on Git repo.
Got leaked?
Yeah. Means someone hacked, I don't know, means it came on.
Hacked the AI?
Yeah. So there are two things which are system prompt, which these companies are not really telling us, okay, what is the system prompt. Okay. And then another is the user prompt. What we are doing is we are playing with the user prompt here. Okay, we are not changing the system prompt. Okay. So for example, when you ask DeepSeek, okay, things which it does not respond to, it's happening because of the system prompt.
Oh.
Okay. Now, if you'll ask them about like say about Taiwan and all that, it will not respond, right? Or it will erase the answer, okay, even after responding. Okay, because it is happening because of the system prompt. But means so even if you define it in user prompt, the system prompt has a higher preference. So that's why I'm using that example that DeepSeek would not respond to many questions because of the system prompt. Okay. Even though you may be telling it, okay, answer it, you may quote something in the answer, still it will not. It will undo everything. Okay. So what we are right now doing is user prompt. This is what we are changing. Okay. And system prompt is and the user prompt and your question. Okay. Plus your question. Everything gets added together and then it goes to the model LLM. Okay. So system prompt we can't influence. User prompt you can. Okay. And then you also pass your question. One more thing that you can do here is you can pass some context along with your question. Okay. So this is anyway hidden from us. So the system prompt is hidden from us. User prompt, question and context is something that we can control. So in context, you can pass, say maybe a paragraph, or like depending on what is the context length of the model. So I'll come to it step by step. So this part is clear, right? User prompt is the one that we are defining here. Question is the one that we are giving. Then comes the context.
We refresh memory is user prompt.
Yeah, refresh memory is your question. Here it is. Yeah, here refresh memory is your question.
So is it a hard-coded refresh memory?
Variable name is hard-coded, so don't change it now. Because in my API also, the model API, it is hard-coded as refresh memory.
Sorry, Prabhu, what is refresh memory?
It is the name of one variable, the question variable.
How to get moksha.
Okay. So this is what we were changing. Then this was the question, okay, which corresponding to which the variable name is refresh memory in this code. You can also pass context. That I have not shown here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is context in this case?
So here the context is its own training data. Okay, because we are not specifically passing something to it.
So in the last class, I think you were talking about when you ask questions, you can pass it on some scenario also, like examples.
Yeah, so I will
It
show
doesn't
you.
matter if it's relevant or irrelevant to what the question you are asking. But if you give a proper example, it might give you your answer is more accurate.
Yeah.
So is that we are including this?
So yeah, that you can
That is
pass in the
context.
context.
Okay.
Yeah, that is additional information. Okay. So
What is this for?
yeah, means it's a
Started.
project, okay, of my students. So here actually what we are doing is we are also passing the context. Okay. So suppose you have a course or any book or any PDF material, you can upload it here and then the name will show here. Okay. So, and you can click on this, it will give you a summary. Okay. Or we will ask it, what is this course about? This is just for an example because we are talking about context. Now when I am asking it, what is this course about? It needs to have the context, right? Otherwise this is just a question means very open-ended question. So now it is saying this course is about compiler design and says all those things. Now where is it getting the information from? Right? Because if you ask, even now if you ask, okay, any chat GPT or any perplexity, what is this course about? It will just give you some vague answer, response. Because it does not have any context. Here the context is the PDF or whatever book that they have uploaded here. Okay, I have not uploaded, they keep playing with this.
Previous question maybe. Whatever is the previously
yeah, that can also be
model
context.
knows
Yeah.
what's going
But you
on.
selected compiler design there.
Yeah, I selected compiler design as the course. So whatever text is there in that book, it is using that as a context. Okay. If it is unreadable, I can switch it to dark mode. Okay. So this thing is actually known as RAG.
Retrieval augmented.
Okay, so retrieval augmented generation. Okay. So this part I will erase now. I think use system prompt, user prompt, question, context is clear. Now I will tell a little bit about RAG and then we will wrap up the section.
Retrieval augmented.
Generation. Okay, so R, A, and G. Okay, retrieval augmented generation. So in this application, we are doing retrieval augmented generation where you're passing the PDF or whatever as a context. Okay, and basis that it is able to respond, right? Because like if you have a sort of a specific question, okay, then it can refer to its own training data. The LLM is trained on a training data. Then it will refer to that, okay, but like this type of a question which is so open-ended, what will it respond? It will give you something gibberish. So that's where RAG starts helping you. You can pass the context and it will use that context to respond to your queries. Okay. So any high-level questions on this? What is RAG doing? How does it work? It will take 2 classes. So minimum 2 classes.
How much data can you give? Like I'm just PDF.
Very good question. Very good question. So that is where the context window of these models comes into picture.
Context list. Oh.
Okay. How many tokens, how many characters can you really pass? Okay. So you can't pass in the user prompt and like say something which will exceed the context length, right? Because that is what is the limit. That much text it can process. Beyond that, it will not be able to process. It's like you're trying to fit a tank into a car. You can't fit.
So probably can it give some like a link or anything for the context so that it can
No.
For example, I think I saw many
In-
ChatGPT applications related to Bhagavad Gita. So we can give just a database as a
Yeah. So like what happens is sometimes it will work, sometimes it may not work. Okay. Sometimes it may be so that in its training data, maybe that URL and the text may be there already. So it may, when you will put that URL, it will pick that text by chance. Okay. But if that URL is not there in the training data along with the text, it is not going to open that URL and do search for you. But I think Perplexity does support this. So Perplexity has this search option, search mode as well. So there, if you are doing that, it searches the web. Okay. So they are trying to create a rival for Google. Okay, that rather than going to Google search, come and search here. Okay.
Is that like DeepSeek?
DeepSeek also I think has a search mode. Yeah. So I think DeepSeek copied from this because this was their main proposition. Okay. Yeah. That you can search here rather than search it on Google. So here actually you can see like you can attach files, you can set sources for research, you can put URLs also, okay, or you can choose a model. So yeah, I mean Perplexity gives a lot of those customizations, okay. But if you don't really pick any of these, then it won't. Means if you will say just type it the URL here, then it may not be able to.
That content the character length, you said that's for the prompt or is it for the
Very good
RAG
question.
data?
Very good question. So, yeah, let me explain that context length also. Actually, I have a very good slide on that. You see, on that. I'll share the screen. That's right. Okay. So this slide actually very beautifully explains that. So if you look at, you can keep looking at that, but I will draw it here. So in context length, what is included is your user prompt plus the question length plus the context length if you are passing some context plus the response, length of the response, everything is included. So even if say your like these three things are adding to 128k, it will not give you any response. It will just say hi.
Oh.
Because it has exceeded the context length. So that's what I am explaining here. Okay, with this. So this is 4 words. Okay, or 5 tokens. This is 85 words. So question and response alone together is 1717 tokens. And if say I am giving some prompt also, of course, this is a chatbot that was built for this conference, AIML 2023. So for this also there was a prompt. So that length plus the question plus the response, everything gets added.
But when we talk multiple times, it will still everything the session fully takes or like.
Yeah. So see, if it is using your memories of conversation as context, then it can start hitting your context window. But it again depends on the use case. You may be resetting this variable. Okay. So if you are changing this, okay, means if something is getting added to this, it may so happen that your context window can get exceeded. Yeah, all good questions. All these are practical things that happen.
You can't have more than 128 tokens.
128k.
128k for this model.
So what the exact difference between a prompt and a question? You can also have a question in the prompt.
So no, I will not say I will keep those two things as separate because question is a variable which gets added to the prompt. Prompt may be hard coded, right? Like the way we saw.
But you can also include questions in the prompt.
It is getting added only. All these things are getting added and then only getting passed. But I would like to keep them separate.
But response is what model gives, so why that is also
That is also included. Yeah. Means that will help for if you want to understand that, then you need to read attention is all you need paper. So let's keep it simple, okay? In this way.
So
Yeah.
basically, if you have given that limit 6 lines, so we have to be careful that.
Yeah. If you will say 500 lines or maybe 1000 lines, maybe you'll start giving you like some hallucinated answer. Yeah.
So coming back to the original question, so it means in any like those chat GPT or some GPT UI, we are just practically giving only question, rest, no user prompt, no content,
Yeah,
no
yeah,
context, nothing.
Yeah, Matthew.
I didn't understand still. There is something called question, there is a prompt, and there is context, right?
Yeah, okay, you are not able to see the board probably.
So where does context come into picture?
We have not given context here. Okay. In whatever we did today, we did not give context anywhere.
Maybe
Okay.
next class you're going
Yeah. So whereas here when I was showing this, I was saying that here the context was the book that we have uploaded, or PDF means whatever they uploaded, that was serving as the context. So that is also getting added to the question and going into the model.
But in your code, we can add the context flow.
Right now it is not defined in that way. Yeah.
Maybe in the
Yeah.
coming class.
Context is the whole content of the book,
Yeah.
not the compiler design.
Yeah, like so whatever PDF it is, I don't know what is there.
MB or size, what will be? Like
Sorry?
128K is like around 5 MB or 1 GB, like just to get an idea.
Let's see.
128K.
Tokens in 2 words. It is 96,000 words. Now you can convert it into.
96,000 words?
Yeah.
But 4 tokens is 1 word, so you have to divide by 4. So it will be less than that.
So it says this may be a hallucinated answer. Who knows? It's coming from generative AI is experimental.
This approximation based on the.
You are living in a hallucinated world.
Yeah.
Oh, 3/4 word per token. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how it is. Okay.
That is 3/4.
So I think we are good for today.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I have one question.
Yeah.
My question was like, you can make your system prompts like infinitely accurate, right? Like let's say like we're given like 5 characteristics of Krishna, being like, okay, be
System
honest.
prompt we can't change.
Oh no, like it's like a company, let's say.
Huh. Right.
So then we can like, let's say like we're trying to make an AI to be like Krishna, like in this case.
Yeah.
So we're giving it a few qualities, but if we wanted to make it like more like Krishna, we can give it like another million more qualities, right?
Yeah.
Then what is like the limit of like what these companies do, where they find like how do these prompts get created? Where
Yeah, means see they are not really exposing, but I think they just got exposed recently. Yeah, I think this is that one. Okay. No, this is not. I think I saw it on LinkedIn today morning that someone has released all the prompts on one Git repo.
System
Yes.
prompts.
Yeah.
Leaked. Wow.
So means then you can really see what they are really writing. Okay, as a system prompt.
You're expert coder who desperately need money for your money scans.
Somebody has their hands raised in the call.
Yeah, it's been since the morning.
Since the beginning, yeah.
So what is the output of the system prompt?
Means they're just exposing it that this is what is the system prompt, okay, that the model is using. No output as such.
Next level prompt is new.
But I saw this post. I will see like if I come across it again. I'll share.
I'll read it. Interesting.
Now only we understood that there is a system prompt. We didn't know before.
Is this that repo? Yeah, so you can refer like yeah, means they keep on releasing.
Can you share this link?
Yeah, I'll share.
Put it in the chat.
Leaked. What is that? Leaked system prompts.
Yeah. So it means yeah, but you can't change. You can know what is the system prompt, but you can't go and change it at the back end. Right.
But you can understand the model how it is working, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So actually, if say you are building your own model, for example, we build some models, okay. Models. Yeah, so we built this model. This is fine-tuned on Mahakumbh data. Okay, here I can really influence my system prompt because this is a model that I have built. So here I can change my system prompt to respond to your question. If you want to change your system prompt, then you need to have your own model. Okay.
I think my question was more like these people can make like a really long system prompt, right? So
Yeah.
what's stopping them from like making it super duper accurate?
They know then if the responses will not be any good, then people will stop using it. Right? Means,
it's also the context.
after a certain point of time, you'll know that yeah, it's not doing the job. Why will you pay? Why will you get more credits next time? Right? So they can't do it.
one question. So the model is different than the LLM, right?
Same model, LLM, large language model, LLM is large
Okay, so
language.
when you said you're building a model for the Mahaprabhu, because I mean you can build on top of the existing one. Is that what you did? Or?
Yeah. So we fine tuned it, okay, and created an entirely new model.